Take a moment to think about the very first movement you make each morning. You wake up, sit quietly on the side of the bed, and prepare yourself to stand. For many adults over the age of 60, that moment no longer feels effortless. Instead of simply rising naturally, the body hesitates. The knees may ache. The lower back may feel stiff. The thighs may seem unusually heavy. Some people even pause mentally before standing because they are unsure whether their legs will cooperate immediately. At first, many assume this is simply what aging feels like. But there is far more happening beneath the surface. Before we discuss the science, I want you to try a very gentle movement right where you are sitting. Sit upright near the edge of a chair. Keep both feet flat on the floor. Relax your shoulders. Now slowly extend one leg out in front of you. Hold it for about 5 seconds. Pay attention carefully. Did your thigh begin to shake slightly? Did the leg feel heavier than expected? Did you notice discomfort around the knee instead of the muscle itself? Maybe your hip tightened. Maybe the movement felt unstable. That small reaction matters. It tells us something important. What many people interpret as old age weakness is often something entirely different. In many cases, the issue is not simply muscle loss. It is a gradual breakdown in communication between the nervous system and the muscles. Think of your body like an electrical network. Your brain sends instructions constantly. Stand up. Walk forward. Climb stairs. Maintain balance. In younger years, those messages travel quickly and clearly. The muscles respond instantly. But as the decades pass, especially after 50 and 60, inactivity and repetitive movement patterns begin to weaken those communication pathways. The message from the brain becomes slower, less precise, less powerful. The muscles themselves may still exist, but they are no longer being activated efficiently. This is one of the most overlooked reasons older adults begin to feel unstable, weak, or unsteady. Research into aging and mobility has shown that many adults lose significant leg strength not only because muscle tissue shrinks, but because fewer muscle fibers are being recruited by the nervous system. In simple language, the body forgets how to fully use the muscles it still has. And this changes everything, because if weakness is partially a communication problem, then the solution is not always punishing workouts or heavy gym routines. Unfortunately, many older adults receive advice that does not match the needs of an aging body. They are told to force through pain, to lift heavier weights, to perform deep squats despite aching knees, to push harder no matter how their joints feel. But aggressive training often creates more irritation. The joints become inflamed. The back becomes sore. The knees become more sensitive. And eventually, many people stop exercising altogether because the movements feel unsafe. What the body often needs instead is strategic retraining. Slow, controlled, joint-friendly movement. Movements that rebuild confidence. Movements that reconnect the nervous system to the muscles. Movements that improve balance, stability, and coordination before heavy strength training is ever introduced. Today, we are going to walk through a series of gentle exercises designed specifically for older adults. These exercises are not about athletic performance. They are about restoring independence, walking more confidently, standing up more easily, reducing discomfort, feeling steadier, and helping your body trust itself again. We will begin with one of the most overlooked areas in the entire body. The side of the hips, Part 1. Rebuilding hip stability and foot strength. Many people believe knee pain begins inside the knee itself, but medically that is often incomplete. The knees are heavily influenced by what happens above and below them. The hips control alignment. The feet control stability. And when either of those areas weaken, the knees absorb extra stress with every step. There is a very important muscle located on the outer side of the hip called the gluteus medius. This muscle acts like a stabilizing guide for the leg. Every time you walk, stand on one leg, or climb stairs, this muscle helps keep your pelvis level and your knee properly aligned. When it becomes weak or inactive, the knee tends to collapse slightly inward. Not dramatically, just subtly. But over thousands of steps every week, that small inward collapse creates extra strain. The cartilage experiences uneven pressure. The joint becomes irritated. The knees begin to ache. Many older adults never realize the problem started in the hips. One of the safest ways to begin reactivating this muscle is with a seated band exercise. Sit near the edge of a sturdy chair. Place a light resistance band around your thighs just above the knees. Sit tall. Keep your feet flat. Now slowly press your knees outward against the resistance. Do not force the movement. Move smoothly. Pause briefly when the band becomes tight. Then return slowly. That slow return is extremely important. The goal is not speed. The goal is controlled activation, because the nervous system learns through precision, not through jerking or bouncing. This exercise is excellent for older adults because it removes balance demands entirely. You are seated, supported, stable. There is minimal stress on the spine, minimal pressure on the knees, yet the hip muscles receive a powerful neurological signal. Over time, this can improve walking mechanics and reduce stress on the knees. Now let us move downward. To the feet and ankles. Many falls in older adults begin with reduced ankle strength. The feet lose responsiveness. The ankles become stiff. The body struggles to react quickly to uneven surfaces. This is where calf strengthening becomes incredibly valuable. A simple modified calf raise can help rebuild lower leg stability. Stand near a wall or heavy chair. Place the front part of your feet on a sturdy book or low step. Allow your heels to hang slightly off the edge. Slowly lower your heels downward. You should feel a gentle stretch behind the ankle and calf. Pause briefly. Then slowly rise onto your toes. Again, the emphasis is control, not speed. This full range of motion helps strengthen the calf muscles and Achilles tendon. It also improves the body's ability to stabilize during walking. When your ankles become stronger and more responsive, your steps often become more confident. You may notice better balance, better posture, and less fear while walking outdoors. Part 2. Waking up the muscles along the back of the body. Now let us discuss another major source of weakness after 60. The posterior chain. This includes the glute muscles, hamstrings, and portions of the lower back. These muscles are designed to help us stand, climb, bend, lift, and walk. But modern life slowly deactivates them. Think about how many hours most people spend sitting, driving, watching television, working at desks, resting in recliners. Over time, the body adapts to that seated posture. The hips tighten, the glutes become less active, the hamstrings weaken, and eventually the lower back begins compensating. This compensation pattern is extremely common. The large muscles stop participating fully. The smaller joints and tissues take over, and discomfort follows. One of the safest exercises for reactivating the backside of the body is the glute bridge. Lie comfortably on your back. Bend your knees. Place your feet on a low cushion, stool, or stable surface. Press through your heels. Slowly lift your hips upward. Raise them until your body forms a gentle straight line from shoulders to knees. Pause briefly. Squeeze the muscles in your hips. Then lower slowly. This movement is incredibly valuable because it activates the glutes without placing compression on the spine. There is no heavy load, no impact, no twisting. Yet the nervous system receives a strong signal. The brain begins reconnecting with muscles that may have been inactive for years. Many people are surprised by how challenging this simple movement feels. Standing up, walking longer distances, climbing stairs, even getting out of a car. After practicing bridges consistently, we can begin introducing gentle coordination work. One excellent movement is the supported hinge. Stand beside a table or countertop. Keep one hand lightly touching the surface for balance. Maintain a small bend in the knee. Now slowly push your hips backward while keeping your spine long. You should feel a mild stretch along the back of the standing leg. Then return upright. This movement teaches the body how to bend correctly. Many older adults bend primarily through the lower back, but the hips are designed to share that workload. The hinge pattern retrains this coordination, and that matters tremendously for real life. Picking objects up from the floor, gardening, reaching into cabinets, leaning forward safely. These are not just exercises, they are movement skills. And movement skills protect independence. Part 3. Restoring strength to the front of the thighs. Now we arrive at one of the most important muscle groups for aging adults. The quadriceps. These large muscles on the front of the thighs are essential for standing up, climbing stairs, sitting down safely, and maintaining balance. When they weaken, almost every daily movement becomes more difficult. They begin using their arms more when standing. They avoid stairs. They feel nervous stepping down curbs. They become slower during walks. Often, the nervous system is no longer activating these muscles efficiently. One of the safest and most effective ways to retrain them is through slow lowering exercises. This type of movement is called eccentric training, and it is extremely valuable for older adults. A gentle step-down exercise works beautifully. Stand on a low step. Use a railing or wall for support if needed. Shift your weight onto one leg. Now slowly lower the opposite foot toward the floor. Take your time. 3 seconds. 4 seconds. Maybe even 5. Then lightly touch the floor and return. That slow lowering phase forces the brain and thigh muscles to communicate clearly. The quadriceps must work carefully to control the body's weight. This controlled tension stimulates muscle fibers that often become underused with age, and because the movement is slow, the joints are usually more comfortable compared to explosive exercises. You may feel your thighs working intensely. That is expected. The nervous system is being challenged. Over time, many people notice significant improvements in stability and confidence, especially while descending stairs, which is one of the most difficult tasks for aging knees. To finish the routine, we add a simple carrying exercise. This movement connects the entire body together. Pick up 2 light objects. Water bottles work perfectly. Stand tall. Relax your shoulders downward. Tighten your stomach gently. And walk slowly across the room. This may seem simple, but it trains balance, posture, grip strength, coordination, and core stability simultaneously. Your body must stabilize itself while moving, exactly as it does during real life. Carrying groceries, walking through parking lots, moving laundry. Daily living requires integrated strength, and this exercise helps restore it. If these ideas resonate with you, begin simply. Choose one movement. Practice it carefully. Focus on quality. Allow your body time to adapt. You do not need perfection. You do not need intense workouts. You do not need to compare yourself to younger people. You simply need consistent effort. The ability to stand more confidently. To walk more steadily. To move through life with greater independence. Those goals are absolutely worthwhile. And they are often more achievable than people realize. Your nervous system can still learn. Your muscles can still respond. Your balance can still improve. Your confidence can still grow. One careful step at a time. One controlled repetition at a time. One day at a time. Thank you for spending this time focusing on your health and mobility. I truly hope these strategies help you feel stronger, steadier, and more capable in daily life. And remember, the goal is not simply to exercise. The goal is to continue living fully, moving safely, and preserving your independence for as many years as possible. That journey begins with rebuilding trust between your brain, your muscles, and your movement, and it can begin today.